fitness, dance, or martial arts. In fact, it's a combination of all of them known as Kryoga that has become popular across Asia. Not only is it good for the body, Kryoga devotees believe training sharpens the mind and helps them to relax. Created by an Indian yoga master, Kryoga has been modernized to become rhythmic, attractive, and effective to fit the lifestyle of urban residents in today's competitive world.
So you've just seen a short clip featuring the very intricate postures of Kryoga. Now Kryoga is a form of yoga, but everyone knows now about yoga and the ability for yoga to give people not only exercise but also the ability for spiritual insight and tranquility. But Kryoga offers more than that. Kryoga is a combination of various forms of yoga and fitness. And today we're lucky enough to have in our studio Tak Vietnam, the founder of Kryoga, so that he can share more with us the theories of what Kryoga exactly is. And also later on, do stay tuned as we'll get to see Kryoga performed right here in the studio. So please welcome together here a Kryoga master, Srinivas Suresh Kamal.
Namaste.
Thank you very much for coming to our studio, Kamal. How are you today?
Very good.
Now, how is your trip to Vietnam this time so far?
Yes, it's beautiful. I love it. It's so easier to come here because I just live in Thailand, in Bangkok City. It's just an hour flight. It's just like, you know, the next door.
And this is not the first time you've been to Vietnam?
It's not the first time. I think I'm here more than 20, 25 times.
Wow.
But sometimes it's not about teaching. I just come for to be
enjoy.
around, to relax.
Awesome.
To enjoy the food.
Now, could you tell us what exactly Kryoga is?
Yeah. From the age of 5, I studied different types of yoga. And I always feel something is missing, you know. There are people who are very flexible, but they're not strong. Example, there are people so flexible, if you ask them to lift a little bit weight, they feel they get jammed because it's not strong. It's too much flexibility. And there are some systems who are like too much of jumping in, jumping out, jumping in. You can jump for a while. As a certain age it comes, it's not easy to jump. Okay. So I like to create some system which you can do all your life and never feel that you're aged. So that is where I created this system, Kryoga.
Can you explain more about Kryoga?
Yeah, I combined the 5 major elements of yoga and the 5 components of fitness together.
Yes. Can you tell us what these components are?
This is more on example. We need the asanas. We need the breathing exercises. We need the energies. We need to awaken the energies which you have. We have so much dormant powers within us, but if you don't tap in, you don't know them. They are just lying there. So we call the dormant powers. So we do a certain kind of techniques to awaken the powers. So people are missing. You know, what happens is many people only stay with the physical side of training, just only the body, like detoxing, weight training, or even yoga stretches. It is not complete. I feel they're missing the very important part of awakening many other dormant powers you have to make your life more vibrant and happier.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell us, what does the Kryoga, like the name of this new form of yoga, mean? Kryoga.
Yes. The sound Kri, when you say Kri, is like you become more creative. But if you separate the words, K-R, yoga. K means my name, Kamal.
Kamal, yes.
And rhythm is the flow. Because again, people think rhythm is just the music. No, there is so much with the nature. When you do yoga, you're actually balancing the rhythms of the nature and also the rhythms in your body. So you are coordinating them so beautifully, so they help each other, you know. So that's why it's called Kamal's Rhythmic Yoga. Yoga means union.
Yes.
It's uniting together, you know.
Yeah, very creative,
Yes,
as the name implies. And Kri is also a Sanskrit sound?
Yes, it's a Sanskrit sound. Kri means very creative energy.
Yes. Now tell us more about you know, the process that you had to go through in order to create Kryoga.
I studied yoga from the age of 5 for like 15 years. Then I went to study other sports and gymnastics. Example, if I'm just talking from a point of yoga, you might think, oh yeah, yoga, you're a yogi guy, so you talk more on yoga, right? But I want to understand the other sides of it. So I went into studying gymnastics, martial arts,
Martial arts.
yeah, fitness, And I
Wow.
understand what are the free weights, you know, what is using your own body weight. So understand more safer is using your own body weight, you know. So then you can make your dreams come true. You want to become lean and fit, you have this. So understanding all this, I took the best part of it, the very best things. Example, stretching, if you take yoga. People, many of them are very scared. The moment they think of stretch, oh my God, you have to really take the leg behind, you have to stretch it. No, what I did is, actually I made it so joyful. Anybody can really enjoy the class. They are not just stretching, you know, they are actually doing so much for their body, and they feel so much energy after the class rather than, you know, wow, I'm tired, I stretched too much.
Exactly.
So yoga is not, I always say people, when you, if you think yoga is stretching, think again. With Kryoga it's not.
So Kryoga stands apart from other forms of yoga because it's fun.
Yes.
And it's also a combination of different.
Of different elements together, and it's unique. It's totally different to other. If you keep a couple of yoga, you know, schools names and all that, and if you look at our names, you totally see a difference. If you see them all, it's really similar. There is similarity in other yoga,
Yeah.
but when you come to Kryoga, you see a total difference in it.
It's a combination
Yes.
of all of them.
Yeah, good thing also I traveled a lot. You know, I went to US as to teach in Australia, as teach in Taiwan, you know, and Bangkok, Malaysia, Singapore. So this also gave me a great understanding of what people want, what they're looking for, and
Okay.
how they respond to a program.
For example, if I wanted to take up Kryoga, you think I could do it?
Can.
Yeah.
You will love it. Once you start, I'm sure you will stick to it.
Srinivas Suresh Kamal is mainly known as the founder of Kryoga, but he is also one of Indian masters who have traveled around Asia and other continents to popularize yoga. Kamal has reached his position today with more than 20 years of yoga teaching experience under his belt. Kamal is not simply a yoga master, he also has a lot of experience in life, a knowledge of the body training methods, and a sharp business mind. These attributes, along with expertise in karate, gymnastics, and martial arts, helped to shape a new form of yoga in the early 2000s. Kamal was once listed as one of the world's top 9 yoga masters.
Can you talk a little bit about the first days where you just created this new form of yoga, Kryoga?
Yes.
And that was in 1994, yes?
Yes.
How was it immediately accepted? How was the first reception?
Yes, I was in Singapore at that time, in 1994. Kryoga is not religious. That is one of the reasons it really helped me, you know, when they banned yoga. So what I did is I went into Singapore Sports Council, and I'm the first guy to start yoga in Singapore. If you look into the history in from 1994 and see which one started, you will see my name.
Yes.
So that is where I started. Singapore Sports Council, I went and met them, and they wanted me to give a lecture for all the fitness leaders there. So that in 1 hour, I changed it, because another great test I had is, that time is, it's very cold. It's very cold, and they cannot control it because it's a centralized, you know, AC. So I felt like I need to come with some yoga where in 5-10 minutes it has to sweat. So I started developing this technique of breathing and the moves, which will make you sweat in 5-10 minutes, even it's very cold. They did a lot of aerobics and all that, and they felt like, whoa, they never thought yoga will sweat.
Yes.
You know, they thought yoga is just stretching.
Very tranquil.
Yeah, very tranquil. But when they tried this, they felt like, wow, this is good, and it's a great work. It works your heart, it works your muscles, it works your bones. In fact, yoga has been proven, if those women who practice a lot, their bone density increase. So they become very healthier, and the
Yes.
hormone balance. So it also helps reverse aging.
What happened after that? How did you kind of help Kryoga to be kind of recognized as a part of the system of yoga in the world?
Yeah, so from there, actually, it went into doing classes, teaching in different centers, Singapore Sports Council centers. And they invited me to also help them establish more yoga, and they made me one of the coordinators there.
Yes.
So from Singapore, I traveled to Hong Kong, and I used to teach in Singapore. They called me the rock star of yoga in Singapore. And then I went to Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, I established make it a big one.
I understand that you're the first to
Yes.
bring yoga to the East,
Yes, yes.
to Southeast Asia and to the
Yes.
East realm as well, from India.
Exactly. Actually, there are many great masters in the world, more seniors in India also. But I'm blessed to be the first guy to bring yoga into Asia. So I started Singapore, then went to Hong Kong, then Malaysia, then all the Taiwan, that areas, and then come to Bangkok. Started there, and I also got a lot of Indian teachers, over 180 teachers working.
Wow.
I bring it from India, and then I'm the first guy to do that, and also bringing different styles together. That is another thing I did.
Yes.
And also introducing Indian dance into a yoga center. That is what I did also.
Wow, so you're the forefront runner in many of the different aspects of yoga, bringing yoga into Asia, basically to the world.
I think I'm blessed for that to do that. Yes.
Yoga has existed for over 2,500 years, a very old age, long-standing
Yes.
art. How is yoga important in this day and age?
More than those days, I feel yoga is very, very important in the present world. We are, the life is so challenging here. Many of them, people lost the connection with the nature, even families too. Everything became a time, the life became like timeline,
Exactly.
Timeline life.
Everyone's
Yes,
rushing.
rushing.
And,
Yeah, even a couple's being together is a rush. So the life became so, but mostly I can say it's all in their mind. So when they start doing yoga, they start taking life, smoothly, easily. They understand much better about their bodies, their energies, their minds, about understanding the other personalities, the family, the relationship, community, and their work. So it actually widens their approach rather than narrow.
yes.
So most of us are very narrow. We think so much little because
Individuality.
of the little. Yes, individuality. But once you start doing, you actually open yourself to a more better world. Not only thinking of, oh, okay, my work, my wife, my life, my husband, my this thing.
True.
You start seeing a more,
At a
greater
bigger
world
scale.
around. Yeah, in a greater scale.
Yep. And now you have practiced so many different realms, and you decided to end up on being a master of yoga.
Yes.
Is there a particular reason?
Why, by looking at me, people can understand they are all very good sports to play, but the more beautiful thing, it makes you more lively, is yoga. That's why I come back only doing more yoga, meditation, and all this. But other sports you can also play. It makes you more effective, in the way you move. Your sports, the sports performance improves. So you can take yoga as to elevate your performances.
Yes.
So you can enjoy your hobbies like all the other sports. But what I like this, I like it more being in yoga. So, yeah, I feel
Yes.
more powerful in it rather than doing all other sports. Other sports take your energy, but yoga gives energy.
Now you mentioned that you have been practicing yoga since the age of 5, very
Yes.
young. So does yoga run in the family?
Yes, I can say, in India, we are put in two trainings. One is training to live, and another one is training for life. Okay, but many parts of the world is more on life only. Oh, you got to study, you got to become an engineer, you got to be a doctor, you got to be a computer engineer, whatever. They're so much into study, but forgetting there is life.
What is the difference between living and life?
Oh, there is so much difference. Life is one part and living is another part. Living is necessary in order to grow
Yes.
and make money, make a house, the material needs, all the material needs, all your desires and all that. But how to really celebrate them, how to really use them is another part of it. I tell you, there are so many rich people in the world and they never actually enjoyed the life at all. But the time you look back, you're already old, you see. So I always say, when you can balance this both, living and life together, you made it.
But let's go back to the detail of your family.
I'm fortunate my dad is a doctor, so he always insists me to, you know, go more into studying this kind of things, and I got attracted to studying more, you know, because I don't know, I feel like I like more power, more energy.
Yes.
So more than studies, I put so much interest on studying, you know, yoga, martial arts, and
yes.
way training. Yes.
Wonderful. And you're from South India?
Yes, South India. I'm from South India, from a small city. It's called Vishakhapatnam.
Yes.
It's in South India. Okay, so I came from there, and that is the place I was born.
So, and yoga must be practiced widely in India as well. And
Yes.
from India, as we said, you brought it to the East, to
Yes.
into Asia. Now, what are the necessary qualities for you to kind of become, or is there some kind of certification for you to become a world-recognized master of yoga or Kryoga?
One other thing I can tell you is there is so much of certification courses. Another, recently now this yoga course became very cheap. Like in 200 hours or in 500 hours you become a teacher. 200 hours is like 2 weeks. You already understand yoga. That is not easy.
No,
It is so vast subject.
that's not
No.
not high quality though.
No, it's not. So I came with a new certification program. It's called 8-chamber certification training. So where you will study so much different concepts, you know, in all the 8 chambers, like eight chambers you go in. So each chamber you understand a different subject. So it makes it, you know, study easier too. That's why I want to do my best in order to bring something more on diploma, post-graduation courses, and the 8-chamber teachers training course.
You know, you once said, I have a quote here, that if nothing works, yoga works.
Yes. You know, this came when I was watching, you know, what is that program we have called The Big Loser?
Yes, The Biggest Loser.
The Biggest
yes, this
Loser,
is a
yes.
program that's broadcast in the United States and later went to Asia, and it basically kind of includes people into, you know,
Yeah.
ways to lose weight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I came with this technique is, if nothing works, many people try so much dieting, which I don't recommend people. Diet, D-I-E-T, the spelling itself has die.
Good way of putting it.
So it works temporary, but long term it won't work. So I don't recommend them. And some people talk about calories counting. That is also, I call them, it's psychological sickness, counting calories.
You will start to be obsessed with the
Yes,
calories.
so
but
much.
yoga will work.
Oh, yoga works, and also why yoga works is you have to train not only just the body, you train the glands and also the state of your mind.
Yes, you
Very important.
Change your mind.
How you think.
The inside.
Yes.
Yes.
So I teach people, if nothing works, come to me, and I'm sure
Yoga
I'm going to.
works.
I don't want you to torture your body, you know. I want you to pamper it, understand it much well.
Have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
As we said in Kryoga, the R stands for rhythmic.
Rhythmic, yes.
Share us a little bit about rhythmic yoga.
Yes.
What does rhythmic yoga means? Do you use music in yoga
No,
as
that's
well?
you're right. Many people think I use music, but doesn't mean there is a connection
Yes.
with it. It little bit plays a good part in keeping your mind there when you have a music, you know. But other things are the rhythms of your body. The rhythms, there is so much happening in your body, you know, like we are sitting down talking, there is so much happening, you know, information coming, information going,
Yes.
and the body actually using the, you know, certain wavelengths to balance, all this happening. So when you start understanding more the rhythms of your body and also the rhythms of the nature, you go very well with it.
Yes.
So that's why I use that word rhythm, and balancing with an outside world and the inside world, you have to balance.
So that you're living in harmony with everything that's around you.
Yes.
And I think the combination of sports and fitness into yoga within Kryoga. Now, the wonderful techniques of Kryoga has been adopted worldwide and has been popular in many parts of the world. And it has become a phenomenon alone here in Southeast Asia and expanded to other countries like Australia. So let's take a look at the development of Kryoga in the following.
is said to be thousands of years old. Kamal grew up and learned yoga in his homeland for years before traveling across Asia, creating a yoga boom. Now he is trying to develop his own yoga, Kryoga.
Slowly push your chest forward and exhale rounded.
It is too early to confirm if Kryoga is the right choice for anybody who is considering taking yoga up. But Kamal's optimistic philosophy, health, and love for life should be appreciated.
So we have seen in this clip here how popular Kryoga has become. For people aspiring to kind of master Kryoga, how long would it take for someone to kind of get Kryoga down?
Yoga is an ocean, it's a huge, so I made it little parts, and I never want to call it a beginners, intermediate, advanced.
Okay.
You stuck with only these three, beginner, intermediate, advanced. Either you do beginner, either you do intermediate or advanced. But I came with something called, I made it like 27 exclusive classes, nowhere else. So what happened is, you're learning that big ocean in this 20 little parts, you know, and you're covering everything, not just beginners. If I say beginners, you're only here. So then, you know, you're missing so much.
So your course is comprehensive, basically. You
Yes.
you learn everything at the wider scale instead of small chunks
Yes.
of information. Now, you are also known for your expertise in training children. Who is the youngest child that you have trained?
I love training children
Yes.
because I feel, you know, if we can train children from young age, they know how to balance the life. So I started training the one girl who went into the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes, you mentioned she was 10 years old?
No, that girl is 11 years old in the limbo skating.
Yes.
And she went to Guinness Book of World Records. Another girl I trained is just 3 years.
3 years old?
I started when she was 2.
Wow. Is
And
that the youngest
She's
child
the youngest child.
that
trained.
you trained?
Yes.
Mhm.
I trained her in martial arts, in yoga.
Wow.
In fact, she was born actually with the deformed legs. The legs both are like this. You know,
Yes,
the legs are
they're in caves,
crooked.
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So she went 5 operations, major operations to her legs to straighten up. And after that, she was put to my training at the age of 2. That time when she came to my place, she was walking with wooden shoes, you know, because they're fixing it. So I used the methods of meditation, yoga moves, you know, and martial art techniques to train, and made the youngest black belt in the world,
Wow.
age of 3.
What was the black belt in?
Youngest black belt in Shotokan Karate.
Shokunin. All right. Oh, wow.
Yes.
And
And-
is she still studying with you, or how long did she study with you?
That's a long time. Now she's an engineer, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, she's in India, and that's a long time back. But she's the youngest girl at the age, and also she's very fast. People think 3 years is too slow, you know. But I proved actually what is required for a black belt. I trained her.
Yes.
And there is nobody can say, oh, she's too young and she can do, no, she's as equal as the guy who's 21 years. She has the
Wow.
speed, the technique, the move is fast, everything
And her legs are better?
better.
Wonderful.
Much stronger now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about where the countries that you have brought Kryoga to. I mean, you've basically taken this across the world, yes?
Yes, I did. All my teachings, whether I'm with another, you know, centers, opening yoga centers, I still teach the concept, and it really, that is where I felt I don't want to do with any fitness center anymore. That's where I stopped and I want to start my own concept, teach my own technique.
And you're already starting up a center here in Ho Chi Minh City, yes?
Yes, in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes, in District 3.
Yes.
And in the different centers that you have abroad, you'll have trained, trained personnel,
Yes.
that people that trained under you to
Yes.
be instructors.
Yes, and they will be coming, you know, I'm also bringing some of my guest teachers to come. They're wonderful, and all are trained, you know. I picked up the best teachers and trained, and they're wonderful, and you love their training.
Could you share with us, you know, what is the normal day? What is the day in the life of Master Kamal?
Oh, my day starts with meditation, which I studied in the Himalayas.
At what time?
At the time is around 3 to 4. Even
Wow.
I sleep around 11:30 or 12 o'clock.
Yes.
I always have a kind of a, whenever I wake up, always make sure even the bird didn't wake up. I like to do that way. If bird wake up, I feel like, oh my God,
it's too late already.
It's too late. But of course, the bird also wakes up around 5. But I'm very much early than the bird, and I love the meditation because meditation has been scientifically proven to help reverse aging. You look and feel 15 years younger than your age.
Wow.
That's the power.
And meditation, when it happens, correct me if I'm wrong, do you just kind of stay silent and kind of ease yourself, listen to the rhythm of your body and try to balance that with everything around you?
Yes. That is one. When you master it, you can do much easier. But in the beginning, you need some support, like you're focusing on the breath or certain sounds we call the mantras in Sanskrit. So when you stay with them, your mind stays here. The very first thing we try to do is to keep the mind still, not to think of so many things, Your mind always goes jumping here and there like a monkey.
Yes.
I got to do this. But what we try to do is we try to bring it back to the stillness, because I'm sitting. I no need mind to think about it. I'm sitting. So when you come to that stage, you start enjoying meditation. You love it. So that is how I start. Then I do my training, like a lot of, after I finish, I put a nice, wonderful music to wake up. I always try to keep the mornings bright, and I recommend people to always keep it. I don't want them to think too much about worries, facing the world. Oh, it's morning now. Today I gotta go to the office. I face the boss. I face.
So after meditation, you wanna turn some music on.
Yes,
you wanna
some
keep,
energy.
your opening to the day very bright and very vibrant.
Yes. Then I do my yoga moves with the music. I flow with the postures and everything. Sometimes I like to play chin-ups, pull-ups, because I use my own body weight to train my muscles. I like more natural training. So sometimes I train, using my body weight, light weights, light free weights I call, not a heavy. I never carry heavy weights.
Yes.
And then I have, in the mornings mostly, I keep it light. I eat very light food, not oily stuff. But in the afternoons I enjoy whatever it is. And the evenings I make it again lighter,
So in the evening you also practice yoga before you go to sleep?
Not really. Because I'm teaching most of the time.
Yes. Okay.
The very mornings is my training.
Yes.
The mornings I keep myself to train. But other times it's more on teaching, creating something. When I'm alone, I love to create something new. I come with new classes. Recently I came with a class called Sun 27. So I like creating new techniques. Yeah.
Now, this is not the first time you've been to Vietnam. As we said, Kamal has been here. This is his 20th or even 25th time to the country. And he has been very popular amongst the local yoga community here in Ho Chi Minh City. So let's have a look at that.
Just 3 days after it opened, the Vietnam Kryoga Center had already received over 200 membership applications. A class like this has from 30 to 50 students, many of whom are community leaders and office workers, mostly still very young. Ngọc Anh came across Kryoga, a combination of yoga and martial arts, by chance. She has been practicing it for more than a year now.
Trước mình chưa bao giờ mình được tập về thể thao cả, và vô tình mình đi nhà sách mình có mua cái đĩa của thầy Kamal về mình tập theo đó, và những cái động tác và cái cách dạy của thầy truyền đạt cho mình làm mình rất là thích thú, và mình theo đó mình tập theo cái đĩa của thầy Kamal, và sau đó khoảng vài tuần thôi là mình đã thấy có cái sự cải thiện trong cơ thể của mình rồi, trong cái cách làm việc của mình rồi. Inhale.
For Phạm Thành, a model and singer, he started Kryoga as a tonic for his job.
Tôi nghe yoga thật lâu rồi, bây giờ lần đầu tiên tôi tập tôi thấy cảm giác cái hơi thở của mình nó được thoát ra, để buổi tối tôi đi hát nó cái hơi của mình được bộc ra nhiều hơn, hát sẽ tốt hơn, và cơ thể của tôi bây giờ rất là có thể nó cảm giác nó rất là dẻo và nó rất là tự tin.
Today, Master Kamal has a chance to be reunited with a special student. Phạm Thị Kim Sơn, 75, has been practicing Kryoga for 4 years.
Ngày xưa đó, trước khi tôi chưa học yoga đó, thì tôi đi không có được, chân cẳng tôi nó đau từng khớp rồi nè. Cho may mắn là lúc tôi đau đó thì thầy Kamal đó qua Việt Nam nè, lần đầu tiên đó ở Cali đó, thì tôi nhân cái dịp này con tôi mới đăng ký cho tôi vô học. Thì tôi học đâu chừng 2 tháng là tôi đã đi được. Theo cái thầy dạy đó, từ cách ăn uống tôi làm theo thầy thì đến là trong 6 tháng tôi rất là khỏe rồi. Chỗ đó mà tôi đã còn 3 năm ở bên kia, nhưng mà tôi vẫn qua bên đây để tôi tìm thầy tôi học. Nghe thầy qua là tôi vội vàng tôi qua.
For Master Kamal, he takes his teaching here as the real mission.
My main purpose is to serve and give the best in order to improve their health, and also the methods I want them to learn, and at one time I want Vietnamese teaching my style. So I want them to learn more about the system, and I want them to be the teachers to spread, the health, the peace and happiness around Vietnam.
The first time you taught Kryoga in Vietnam, how long ago was that?
I can say it's 2008. Yes,
2008. So the first time was about 3 years ago. Do you remember much about the first time you came to Vietnam and taught Kryoga? What was the initial response? How was it? How was the experience?
It's really welcoming. I really love, Vietnamese, the way even they don't understand me. Luckily I have a interpreter, translator.
Yes.
So because I talk a lot in the class, I want to explain how great it is for you and all that. And I have all ages coming to my class. I have wonderful people like grandmothers also come.
Oh wow!
The youngsters
all
come.
Ages.
All ages. That's what made me really feel like wow, my system is working.
What keeps you coming back to Vietnam? I mean, you've been here quite many times.
One is the energy. Another thing is there is simply city. There is simpleness also, and there is city too. So I call it like simplicity, So I like the food also. Even
the food.
Yes, the food is so nice, very healthy. They mostly eat the leaves, and I have the soups which are so healthy. So even in Bangkok, many of the times I go to Vietnamese restaurants and eat Vietnamese food. And another thing I like is so calm. I like the peace, and I like the people's smile, their energy. Even the language barriers there, I feel Vietnam welcomes me all the time.
Wonderful.
From the airport itself, I see their smile, and thank God they know me very well.
Do you have in mind any plans for further development of Kryoga here in Vietnam?
I would like to have like 10 centers here.
In Vietnam?
In Vietnam.
Wow.
Means few here and in Hanoi too.
In Hanoi.
Too. So this is the first one, and I think within 6 months we're going to go to another district to open another one. And I have a wonderful people as my partners, Kevin and they are very passionate, Kevin and Ruby. So I felt like they are the right people to take the Kryoga to the another levels.
To another level and bring it to further, expand it in Vietnam. Vietnam is such a rapidly growing and developing country. People face with stress and an unhealthy lifestyle every day.
Yes.
So yoga hopefully will help with that, yes?
Certainly. It will really help. Even the weather, the air not good, even there is pollution. If you really properly know how to breathe, how to exercise, you store a lot of energy, we call pranic energy, and you can be more healthier than many.
What would be your advice for everyone watching on how to live a healthy life? I mean, if for example, they can't get to you and they can't take your classes.
The very first thing I would like to advise the viewers is to invest a little time, at least a little time, to exercise. Whether you're at home or whether at the office you're working, you have to put some time and invest a little time to exercise. That makes you really enjoy life. And also be moderate. Don't be too serious about foods, you cannot touch this. No, enjoy. I always want you to celebrate life. And mornings, like I always say, keep that smile, keep that energy, very positive. When you get up in the morning, don't think of anything. Don't look at something serious, you know. Look something beautiful, the lands, the place, the waters, you know, read something which is inspiring, and you start your day. And also, a little things you can do at home, like, you know, having green tea, which is very healthy. In the mornings when you get up, it's good to have a glass of lime, 1 glass of lime, you know. And
Really, lime?
yes, lime. People think lime is acidic, but it's not acidic, it's alkaline. When it goes into the body, it's alkaline. And it's very good to help cut fats.
Yes.
And people who have, you know, weak lungs and so much of phlegm, like, you know, obese people have so much of phlegm.
Yes.
So it's good they have to start taking some ginger.
And always remember, start the day with a smile.
With a smile.
Yes. So in the following part, as we promised, Kryoga will be performed by Master Kamal right here in our studio. Wonderful! Wonderful performance, Kamal.
Thank you. Come again.
Awesome. I definitely see the combination between the flow of yoga and also the fitness and the strength part. And, you know, you make it look very easy, but it seems quite hard, yes?
It looks hard, but when you start moving with your breathing and gracefully moving it, you actually love to do it. And it's very easy. When you come to us, to Master Kamal's Kryoga Vietnam, you will learn them so easy.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Kamal, for coming into our studio, showing us Kryoga techniques and also sharing your passion for yoga in general.
Thank you, Jung, for giving me. Thanks for the talk show, you know, Vietnam, for having me here. I'm blessed to be here.
Well, that was it for our edition of Talk Vietnam this week. I hope you've gained a better insight into Kryoga as well as yoga, and just kind of pay attention more to your lifestyle every day and be more healthy. And that is our goal. So we'll see you more next time here on Talk Vietnam. Goodbye for now.